Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Jace Beleren Must Die. So after an argument in the rain about flower language, some death threats, business as usual, where do we find you? It's like 2 a.m. You've all had very long, busy nights. Where do we find the group when we return?
I don't know. Where are we going? I think we should head back to Wenzel's. So
yeah, because if you leave Rourke there, he's basically. So remember how annoyed you were when Rode ran off during the whole packing incident? Yeah. Now everyone is gone, and Rourke is like, "I guess I'm just packing your shit for you. I suppose." You're straining your friendship with Rourke right now.
Yeah,
you're gonna need to buy him some beers later.
For sure. He's like, "Oh, I could be partying with Mustache right now."
That's right. Mustache would never do this to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Winnegar for sure is heading back there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Tack, this would be a new site to you. What you see is the workshop. You see Wenzel's workshop and home, and everything is scattered all over the place, but it's much cleaner than it was before. There are crates kind of like scattered about that are either shut and pinned, or that are being filled with various stuff. The crates have like straw in them for packing, and outside there is a sleeping creature, a big cargo behemoth that is just like trying to jam its body under the eaves of this house so it doesn't get rained on. So it's kind of like got its head up against the wall, and as much of it can be is like jammed into this alley, but it's still getting rained on. And so we see it kind of like shifting and shuffling, trying to sleep as you approach. And inside you hear whistling. You hear somebody whistling to themselves while they move parts around. So coming inside, you see Rourke. Rourke is putting on his best face. Like he's just like, well, if I got to do this, I got to do this. I'm going to help my friend Winnegar. And then when he sees you, he smiles. Like he gives you this kind of like, oh, finally, I was wondering about where you guys were. Like this look like, all right, back to work, everybody. It's getting late. But Tack, the thing that you notice, I think maybe first and foremost, is there is something here that is out of place. There is a disabled Azorius ornithopter.
We have that hidden in a box. No. I didn't want Rourke.
Right, so Rourke. Oh, that's right. You hid it from Rourke. Okay, so you don't get to see that yet. It's just amidst the things. There's all this junk. They're keeping it from you too for now. So yeah, when you arrive, I guess you see Rourke, and Rourke sees you, and he smiles, and he says, he's like, good. This is gonna go a lot faster if we have all hands on. And then they look at you, Tack, and they like give you that like, what are you wearing? Like,
half wearing.
Yeah.
Tack definitely has like the arms now tied around their waist because like I think they're gonna have to be like greased out of this outfit.
Yeah, probably. I don't think you could remove it without help.
Yeah.
So they give you a look, but Rourke is polite enough to not say anything, and he's like, right, well, everybody done gallivanting around. We got to get this done. I don't want to be here when the sun rises.
Us either.
What?
Mm-hmm. He looks at you and he's like, because I'm tired and it's late. I'm not a vampire or anything.
Oh yeah, he's not a vampire.
Okay, I mean that's fine. Vampires are definitely full citizens in the city, so it'd be weird to be racist against them.
Also, I don't think in Ravnica the sun, it's never that bright out, and I don't think that they are susceptible. They don't like the sun anyway.
Oh, okay, you're not a
like
vampire.
They're gonna burst into flame.
That's fine.
Wow. So okay, so you know, whenever you get this look, like really is your asshole friend gonna be like this? Like I'm here to help you, and now I'm getting verbally abused by this goblin.
As soon as I get that look from him, I'd be like, hey, Rourke, check this out. And I want to show him the ornithopter.
Okay. Sure.
Road your face.
So yeah, he's like, I was wondering what was in there. I figured you just already packed, hey, this complicates things a little.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, I mean, this is a Senate ornithopter. You shouldn't have this.
Yeah. Rhoda is staring down.
I mean, technically, yes, we shouldn't have it, but
if we I don't know. I thought it might be pretty cool to, poke around, see what's going on the inside of that.
Yeah, but I mean, taking scrap is one thing. This is, I don't know. And you can see him getting squirrely. Like he's like, maybe I should go. Maybe this was a bad idea.
Anyone want to hear a really cool story about a snitch?
I want to.
All right, Tack, would you like to, I don't know, intimidate this poor person?
I'd like to roll poorly on intimidate. Yes.
Okay, good. Wow.
I have a -2 to intimidate, so if this guy runs away, it's not my fault. We'll just shoot him with the gun.
Okay, yeah, that's true. You could just shoot him in the back with the gun.
I'm so sorry, Carlos. I'm so sorry.
So he looks.
Can I ask something?
He looks. Yeah. If you Torgor, if you have something you want to say.
I would love for Torgor to be the intimidating one, just like standing there and looking, but like Jack is the one who does all the talking.
So you're gonna help.
Torgor's just like looking directly at me.
Oh
my gosh,
buddy.
that's a way better idea.
Okay, so Tack, you're gonna help. Torgor, you can make an intimidation check. If you succeed, you intimidate Winnegar's friend Rourke into not leaving because you're in too deep now, Rourke.
I'm so sorry.
Is Torgor still wearing his Orzhov ring too? That'd be so funny. Okay, you guys, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna click the button now. I've never been like so scared of a roll.
Okay, so actually, so the way that it's working, you actually don't have to worry about that roll, TK, because Torgor is making the roll and you're helping.
Thank goodness.
So it's a 21.
Oh, yay!
So two things happen. Rourke makes a decision that it would be more dangerous for him to leave or attempt to leave than it would be for him to stay, and he gives a look at Winnegar that says like, damn, man. Damn.
Oh, dude.
And so he looks at you like, all right. Okay. Listen,
Winnegar has no friends.
Yeah, right.
No,
these assholes are making your only friendship more difficult. And so he
sorry, man. This is the price of crimes.
He puts his greasy band-aided hands up, and he sighs. And this is the sigh of a man who's caught up in guild bullshit when all he ever wanted was to not be that. And he says, he's like, all right, okay, we don't have to. Nobody has to get excited here. I said I'd help you move this stuff. I can just pretend like I never saw it. It's fine.
I wanna whisper in his ear. I want to tell him, hey man, it's just for an alibi, okay? If the authorities ever come to you, you can just say that we made you do it, okay?
Okay, make a charisma saving throw. Save your friendship with the dice.
Catch feelings. Catch the feelings.
Okay, so when you go over to talk to him, like you try to get close, he just kind of like shoves you with his shoulder, like, okay, like get away from me. Like, okay, all right, listen, just fine. I'll do the work. We can use the behemoth, and then the unsaid end of that sentence is, I don't want to ever see any of you again. You can still try to like fix this, Winnegar, but
never
for now,
speak to me or my behemoth son again.
That's right. But for now, yes, Tack and Torgor's villainous behavior has isolated you from your friend Rourke. This is how Torgor shows. Torgor's just jealous.
Sorry, Carlos.
Torgor's one of those friends who's like, no, you can only be friends with us. We're your friends now, Winnegar.
I'm sorry.
This is very dysfunctional.
Friend.
Yeah.
One friend is Torgor.
You don't need him, Winnegar. You've got Torgor.
I'm really sorry.
So, oh man, that sucks. Okay. I don't know what to do. So I guess he feels so embarrassed that like Winnegar kind of like sheepishly like goes to the other side of the room, I guess, with the ornithopter box to like try to, because he still needs to keep.
So you do the is it equivalent of like looking at like, oh, I got a text message, gotta look at
like,
it. Be like, I'm gonna just fiddle with this Rubik's cube over here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, a social pallor falls over the room as Rourke kind of goes quiet. He stops whistling and he just like starts lifting objects and putting them in the box.
Rhodes steps outside because this is awful. Rhodes like, no thanks. So she goes and she keeps watch outside.
Rhodes seems to me to be like that person that goes to the club with their friends, but spends the whole night standing outside smoking. Like, I don't like dancing. I don't like music. I'm just gonna stand out here in the rain and smoke cigarettes.
Until like 2 a.m. when she comes back and it gets super drunk. And it becomes a live party. And it's a full circle.
My last minute power drunk. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But she doesn't like Ro doesn't know how to tell these people that like their loved ones are in danger now, so she's just gonna go stand outside and just kind of like for a while.
Yeah.
We'll keep in watch.
Can I try to diffuse the tension between
With a song?
Yes. And or with the
Just
song
pack.
talking about like who they are and how great they are.
Where did we leave that bone flute of yours?
Oh yeah, the bone flute.
Are you doing this instead of packing?
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely.
bad.
I've intimidated work into packing. There's no
one is packing.
You're
No
just-
one is helping.
You're just
Rourke.
making work.
Untrue.
Let me-
I'm
let-
definitely in the boxes.
Let me remind you that the thematic hand of magic cards that we had assembled last time was a Thopter, a bone flute, and the garbage fire card.
That's this group, all right.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah.
Tag yourself. I'm garbage fire.
Okay, Torgor. So you're instead of like helping or apologizing, you're gonna play a song.
I'm gonna sing a song about the power of friendship, and in some ways, ideally, depending on how well this goes, subtly, subvertively, try to mend this
Yeah.
thing that I ruined. But
Okay.
yeah,
All right. So I think
How
if you succeed the roll, I'm gonna say it's a DC 15 performance check, or musical instrument check, whichever. I guess performance because you're singing. So DC 15. If you get it, Rourke takes to heart the message of your song and is like, sometimes you gotta do hard things for your friends, and sometimes people say things they don't really mean because they're scared. You know, like the emotional subtext changes. However,
Which I meant to.
if you fail, Rourke will
That's
interpret
mocking.
this as you gloating over your
Yeah.
friendship with Winnegar. Like,
I love this.
sometimes you've got a best friend and they're your only friend, and fuck Rourke because he sucks. And he'll just be like, it hurts. Basically, you're gonna be calling him out in song. You're gonna be killing him softly. That's what you're gonna be doing. There it is. You're
Wow.
strumming his pain with your fingers. And he Rourke just looks back at the two, at you singing and Winnegar in the corner, and it hurts so bad. It hurts so
You hear
bad.
Tax say, "Oh, I love this song."
Yeah, Tax doesn't. Okay.
You jerks.
Yeah. So he just a single tear slides down into his manly beard, and he goes back to packing.
He cried.
A single tear. No one saw it.
He was my friend.
Yes, delicious. I'm sorry. I
I
like.
feel like that's
TK
the
feels
name
bad.
that's the name of like a tragic romance novel in Ravnica, like Tears of the Guildless. You know, like it's a metaphor for because he doesn't
Yeah,
belong
yeah.
to society. He has no real friends. Yeah.
Hear my tears.
Hear them. Hear my tears.
Tears of the Guildless.
Is that the name of the song?
Hear my tears. Yeah, so he interprets it to mean that Torgor is like singing about the power of friendship, which Torgor has and Rourke does not. And Rourke, he's gonna have a long heart-to-heart conversation with Mustache about this later. So several hours later, the packing is complete, and we see Rourke kind of like tightening the bungee cord, holding the last of the crates on the back of the behemoth. And he turns to you, Winnegar, and he says, you know, if it's all the same to you and your friends, I think I'm gonna go home and get some sleep. She's a good girl. She'll follow you wherever you need to take her. And when you're done, just send her home. She'll find her way.
Hey, Rourke. I mean,
Winnegar,
Those-
it's real late. You know, I've been working all night. I'm tired. Let's talk about this later. All right.
I walk up to him, Rourke, and I give him 20 Xenos for it's like, you worked hard. You did a lot of tough work, and Torgor appreciates it. and then like immediately, without even acknowledging anything else that he has done, just like immediately books it, like turns
Okay.
around and walks back.
Yeah. So he looks at the coins in his hand, and like it's a good thing it's raining because this water streaming down his face. And he looks at the coins, and he looks at Torgo's back, and he puts the coins in his pocket, and the Incredible Hulk closing credits theme starts to play as he turns and walks away.
I was hearing that Dido song from like Raj.
Yeah. I would say Halcyon comes on, but I'm saving that for the end credits of the show.
Mine was Big Girls Don't Cry.
Nice.
So I feel like
Wondering
what's actually happening.
That's perfect. So he starts to walk away. And I think what actually happens is that we stay with Rourke, right? The group of you fade into the background, and Rourke he takes the long way home through Precinct 1. It's that time in the morning where people haven't woken up to go to work yet, but it's still starting to get light. So he's walking in the rain. He's being all sad. His pocket's heavy with guilt Xenos. And we see him stop on a street corner, and he looks up across the Guild Plaza at the like burnt rubble of the Guild house, and he's about to turn and can continue walking home, and something catches his eye: a familiar face drawn on a piece of paper, stapled to a post.
Oh my God!
Torgor in disguise. We have Torgor in disguise.
Yeah, but Torgor's face still looks like Torgor's face. And so
Like a little plastic mustache.
So Rourke, he's got like Groucho Marx glasses on. Yeah. So Rourke turns and he looks up, and we get that focus shift from like the back of Rourke's head to the face of Torgor, the big wanted sign. And we see Rourke's rough laborer's hands reach up and yank the paper off of the post, and he walks away. So we cut back to the group of you with this behemoth.
Torgor. Okay, so hold on, real quick. What is the opposite of the Midas touch? Because we have that, right?
Cool. Let me just make a quick note here.
Oh no!
Enemy for life.
Yeah, I mean, on the plus side, it's Torgor that Rourke hates for stealing you away. He just feels betrayed by you, and he's disappointed, not angry.
Man, that really brought me back to like something in junior high. I don't know what it was, but it really did. Like, oh my God, I was having like flashbacks.
I did see your eyes glaze over for a second, and I was like, oh God, what have we done?
It did like touch something in me where I was like, oh my God, this feels so familiar. Like I remember messing up like this, like freshman year of high school, like 8th grade or something like that. Like, oh my God, something died inside that day.
And today once more.
I won't cry.
Yeah, I guess we're heading to hosting the show.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, I think by the time you get there,
very watchful.
Yeah, by the time you get there, you're all just beat, just so tired. Like you're trudging through the streets with this big cargo behemoth carrying all of your boxes of purloined scrapware, hidden amongst them an ornithopter, and you reach the host in the shell, and she is asleep, and I think hasn't opened yet. But you get there with all these boxes, and all around you, the sort of tenement buildings of the Orzhov labor force, and in the distance, the smoking corpse disposal factories in the distance, kind of starting their morning shift. So yeah, the rain starts to let up a little bit. It's not like pooling on the ground anymore, but the air is still cold and damp in the morning. So what now? You're back at home.
I want to start tinkering with the ornithopter.
Is Dregs here? Rhode's gonna look for. That's his name, right?
Yeah, I think that's what we ended up naming him, the manager.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's around.
Yeah, I didn't know if I assumed he slept here.
I think he lives here. I think is the.
I don't know how early Dregs wakes up to bake. Up here.
Yeah, I don't think Dregs does the baking personally. I think yeah, I think that's something that the other employees do.
Great. Well, Rod's gonna have to wake Dregs up then.
Okay. Yeah, so you go inside and yeah, okay, so you head in. Yeah, I think Dregs is just starting the morning checklist, right? Comes over and like is taking the chairs down off the tables in the main room and yeah, getting everything started. You can hear people in the back, the maids chatting in the break room. And yeah, the group, you come in from the rain, and Dregs looks up and he starts shouting about like use the mat, you're covered in water, I just mopped.
Oh, sorry, man.
Winnegar wants to clean it up.
Yeah, no, what? That's not my job.
Don't you work here?
What? No, stop it. You know what I do.
You do love mopping.
I don't. I'm good at it. Yes, 100%. Do I like doing it? No.
Remember how excited you were about custodial work?
I feel like you two just like gaslighting me.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe you should get better friends.
Really great.
Torgor's like, stop picking on Winnegar. Okay?
Not even with purpose. You just like it.
Yeah, Winnegar.
Sorry, we forgot that you're his own.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I've had a long day. I'm sorry. Will you just get all the stuff in the karaoke room, please?
Fine.
I feel like hearing Rhodes say "I'm sorry" is like listening to someone try to pronounce something in a language they've never spoken before.
The vowel, yeah. The emphasis is on the
sorry. I don't.
Sorry.
So it's
There's
funny.
like a weird film on the back of her teeth where she's just like, oh.
What is
Starts
funny to me
something-
though is that your mispronunciations of the word "sorry" just make all of you sound kind of Canadian, which is fun. Heartwarming. Hey, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry. It's fine.
Sorry.
So, yeah, I guess who's gonna bring all this crap inside and do all that? Like, do you
Got
Torgor?
it.
Yeah, Torgor.
All right.
Torgor sees it and like just like takes off all of his like weapons and stuff, leaves the bone flute on and his disguise, but then starts like making shifts of items and how big is our karaoke room? Like,
Yeah, right. It's going to be very crowded in there soon.
Okay. Well, Torgor's from the clan of Rakdos, so he does not have a proper unpacking technique.
Oh yeah, you just throw things into the
I
room.
just like take it and just like kind of chuck it into the room, being like, "Well, I got 15 more trips." So,
All right. Yeah, so it's basically now we kind of crossfade to the room being mostly full of boxes. So there's all these boxes, some of them are open, and the box with the ornithopter is like sitting in the middle of the room. Ro, you had a conversation you wanted to have, right?
Yeah, I need to convince Dregs to get in contact with the Rose because the four of us can't without blowing Rose's cover.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, he's around. Dregs is just like getting ready. He's like wiping down the counter and putting out the melon bread and yeah.
All right, so and these two aren't friends, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, I mean, he grudgingly puts up with all of you because the conspiracy helps like fund the business, and he believes in it. But this is his role that he has to play.
So.
Yeah.
Roadster heads over and is like, "Morning."
Good observation.
Oh,
Let me. Good morning.
Yeah, we'll see.
I need your help.
He looks up at you. He's like, "You having a stroke?"
Why are me needs your help?
Road asking for help is not.
Yeah, it's very difficult. So he just,
Yeah.
like, stares at
Did
you.
he yes?
I am helping, What do you think I do every day?
You are a great help to our cause.
Yeah, well, it's my cause too. So
I understand.
We all do our part.
You and me, not as in my tribe of idiots and not you. I meant you and I.
Winnegar, you're like nearby enough, I think, that Dregs can see you. Like you're in the room. What are you doing?
I'm like walking by the door, and I have like a box, and I just like catch eyes with Dregs, and I'm like,
yeah, and he looks at the box, and he's like, what's in all the boxes?
Oh, party favors, gotta go. I was making eyes like be nice to Road.
yeah. And he's like, hey, hang on a second. You can't just like, you have that room and you can do whatever you need to do with it, but that's a lot of boxes. And I need to know what's going on in this business. You all keep me in the shadows too much.
You're talking now, and I'm telling you that would have been part of the conversation I was trying to start with you. So if we wanted to maybe get, you know what, Winnegar, you can keep moving in. So
thanks, boss.
And Dregs is just like, I wanted to talk to him. I like him, but
I know.
Take a step back. What?
Yeah, it's like, well, you're the is it? I mean, what is all this stuff? And don't tell me it's party favor. Don't lie to me. What are you doing here?
What if I told you we were part of a secret organization that's trying to infiltrate a big bad guy?
Ha. Yeah. We're all part of a secret organization trying to infiltrate the big bad guy. Come on, what's in the box?
A lot of valuables. And we need them to get into the Rose's hands sooner rather than later. We, however, cannot make a drop because we are being followed. I need someone who's not us to get in contact with her.
And he nods. He says, "Okay. Well, you should have said so much."
I was segueing into it.
You need me to move the hosts?
I don't know how to get to her. If you do, that would be great. I can give you a location for one of our drops, but I can't guarantee that it'll be safe.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to risk myself or any of my employees on a compromised drop, so I'll ask around, see what I can do.
We were able to get like a final message off, but now we're offline. So she knows that we have this stuff. She just doesn't know that.
All right. Well, okay. I'll look into it, but for right now, I got to open this place. We have a front to operate, so get out of the way. Like shoves you aside.
If you need help. It was the least genuine offer in the world, but
yeah, right. Basically, you're just making all the NPCs move things around, except for Winnegar. Winnegar, you take the last box back into the karaoke room, which is now very full. Torgor has performed the Rakdos method of arrangement, which is like, I guess, like the opposite of the like condo method, where you just huck everything into a room and you're like, done. Does it bring joy? I don't know, but it's there.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like my husband unpacking.
Does it spark pain?
Yeah.
So it's so it's there. Yeah. So you're all gathered there. You got the box with the big secret in it.
Got a big question.
Yeah. Do it.
How many cakes was I able to eat during that conversation?
Roll a sleight of hand check.
Hell yeah. I made it 16.
Okay, let's see. Are you talking like full-size cakes or just like tarts and muffins and like all baked goods?
What's on the counter?
Well, I just like how many, like how gluttonous are you being here? Just as much food as you can jam.
Whatever I can fit in my mouth in one bite.
Okay. 19 discrete pastry-related objects.
Hell yeah!
like to the point where you're in the other room and you have that slight, like you've jammed more food than you have room for in your stomach. So you're kind of round in the middle, and outside you hear Dregs through the wall be like, "Ah, damn it!" Because there's just an empty tray with like crumbs.
Yes.
Grubby goblin hand.
I'm having a great time.
Yeah, so you're good. You got about 10 minutes before you go into a sugar coma. So, yeah.
We gotta plan fast.
Yeah, exactly. So you got the ornithopter back here. Dregs is gonna look into, and I'll write that down. Dregs is gonna look into a way to get word to the Rose that doesn't use your current network, and then yeah, and then what are you gonna do in the meantime? Because Winnegar, I feel like this is your lead on this, because you were talking about getting a closer look at this thing and being able to remember we talked a little bit about how it would be easier if you got help, like if you go to the Is It for help to like looking into this thing, and that it might bring you some cachet if you turn it over to them, but then you won't have it anymore. So do you want to try to work on it independently, or do you think that you need to get somebody?
Well, I was trying to work with Rourke on it.
Yeah, and then your friends really fucking
Torgor can assist in research.
Torgor can assist me in research. Hey, wait. Who's? I wonder if we should just wait to see if we have any like customers come in here that I might be able to persuade / kidnap / hold hostage to help me.
Ooh.
Well, all the customers in this neighborhood are going to be like rich, like Gothic Lolita Orzhov type people.
Oh heck yeah!
You'd have to move. You'd have to move closer to a precinct that has like an Is It presence if you wanted to kidnap somebody important. For that.
Yeah, I guess I'm doing it by myself. Because
do we call it a meeting? Oh no, do it by yourself. Good
what?
luck. No.
Well, I mean, that would be the thing. Other than that, we would have to like go searching for someone to trust.
Or if we get Wenzel, then he.
Well, we were going to use this to get Wenzel.
Oh.
Yeah, because the plan was to reverse engineer it so we can spy on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we can get into the jail and get Wenzel.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't quite know.
None of this sounds like killing.
well, you say that, Tack, but part of me is like, if Winnegar goes to the Is It with the Thopter, but like has some backup in case someone tries to get smart with him, like could make sure that the Thopter, even if help doesn't happen, stays with us.
That's true.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know, maybe we could kidnap somebody. I almost said kill.
Killnap.
What if the Rose?
Killnap is the deepest sleep.
Yeah.
Many more people than us.
Okay, no more killing.
Katie, what were you saying? What if the Rose?
Oh no, she left us. She hates us now.
That's right. Yeah.
I walked out.
Hi.
Oh.
The Rose might have someone, and we're also being followed. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that we're all being followed.
Huh?
So maybe if we stay inside until we get some answers, that probably, I think a lockdown would be a good word for it. Maybe a lock-in, like it's celebratory.
A lock-in.
Yeah.
So
Well, how are we gonna kidnap someone if we're in here?
So the risk of this, and Torgor, I think you're the one that this occurs to because you've been arrested a bunch of times. Every Rakdos has been arrested. It's a bragging point, but the risk is, as I mentioned at the beginning, if Wenzel gets moved from whatever jail he's in Precinct 1 to the Azorius like high security prison
To New Prov, yeah.
you pretty much lose him.
I relate this to them. Like, I got a record. Torgor's got a record. You know, it just comes with the territory. You know, yeah, I get it. You already thought of me as a nice guy, this really goody two shoes. But I'll be honest with you,
got caught.
got a bit of a record. And the thing about Rakdos records are oftentimes it's not too bad. People expect us to do what we do. But if you do something really bad and you get sent to New Prov, you're not coming back unless you're in a casket.
Okay, so, oh wow.
That sounds really spooky.
Do you have any friends who have gotten out of jail when they should not have, Torgor?
I mean, yeah, but none of them have gotten out of New Prov.
Do you have... Because if I go above board and really stretch this one, I guess I could see if my sister would be willing to give us the information about Wenzel is being kept. If I get that, can you find a friend who knows how to get out of wherever he's being kept?
I can look into it for sure. Torgor can definitely look into it. And Torgor could also, if need be, call upon some riot mages or some really, if I could get a blood witch on our side, like
you could cause some real trouble.
Right.
All right, that sounded terrifying and perfect for what we need right now.
Tack is gonna take out their Azorius charm.
Yeah.
And be like, can't you just use this to make them do what you want them to do?
So speaking of things that it's illegal for you to have.
Well, I know. The three of us are probably like, oh. What is...
The badge. I took it.
From?
A dead person.
Okay.
I didn't kill them.
Oh boy.
Nobody believes it.
Tack holds out their hand to be praised.
Yeah.
They want their mint for not killing. That's not a mint. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. I'll just keep it. Cool.
What does it do?
I don't know.
Okay.
TK knows, but Tack didn't get it appraised because Tack's a fucking idiot.
So, yeah. By the way, that woman that we met down in the cellars, a mole in the Azorius Senate. So...
Oh, wow. Why didn't you lead with that, Road?
Wait,
yeah,
like,
super kidnapped me. Super
Whoa.
kidnapped.
Demir mole? Or
What?
you think it was a Demir mole?
Yeah, she used some mind magic on me. That was cool and fun and not my worst fear.
Well, we gotta kidnap them back. That's the rules.
Yeah.
She did what with the paper bird?
A paper bird. I feel like it's the name. It's where you find out that they're also a spy. No, Rose, like, I don't know what the paper bird thing was.
Yeah, and that technically, I don't think, like Road, you didn't see it. We saw that on camera. But yeah, you wouldn't have noticed that.
Rose was too busy being terrified and running.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she kidnapped me. She was like, tell me about you and your friends, but in like a little bit hotter sounding than that.
Wait, hotter? Like, how is it hotter than that?
No, she's pretty hot. But that's not the point.
We're getting sidetracked.
Mind magic got worked on Road here, huh? Some real mind magic.
Yeah, real mind magic, Road.
She did some magic, and then I thought that she was my friend.
Oh, that's how you can tell that she's not a cleric, she's a wizard, because she doesn't have turn undead, she casts turn gay on Road. So that's good.
That was done to Road.
Yeah, right. To be fair, you automatically fail your save on that one.
She just shows up as just Sailor Uranus or Captain Marvel with a haircut.
Look, it already happened. Sorry.
It's like, oh, well, I guess I'm pregnant. It's weird.
Okay. So she was like, who are your 3 other friends? Tell me or I'll send you to New Prov.
Oh, you have so many friends.
You were the... She was asking about what we were doing, the conspiracy we were doing, and who we were working for. So at least we know that she doesn't know who we're working for, unless she's hacked my mind and I'm just relaying the things that I remember and I don't remember telling her.
Well, how does she know where the drop point is?
That's
how did you know that?
How are we
She knew
being
you were
followed?
gonna be there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Ack is now wondering how many like bricks actually come loose on other houses. So they are like dissociated from this conversation for the next 5 minutes. They're just like, wow, like anywhere could be a drop point. Like,
Wonder how many bricks the house could lose out of the corners before.
And I think meanwhile, Rhoda's talking about how traumatizing she felt the whole event was.
Tex just got Jeopardy music.
Just like, wow. What if two people from rival guilds actually came up and they had the same drop point? That would be really embarrassing.
Yeah, so she had handcuffs and she was going to handcuff me, but like not in a fun
Whoa,
way.
wait. Tell me more about that.
And then no, she just had nothing happened with the handcuffs, but she did have them and was going to try and arrest me. She tried to put me to sleep. Anyways,
No.
yeah, I did some magic stuff, made the room all dark, and she chased me through the streets, but she couldn't catch me. But I'm 100% sure that we're being followed, and I'm 100% sure that the people that you love are in danger. So just kind of think about those two things a little.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Thought about it.
I feel like we have a Home Alone situation here.
What is that?
What does that mean?
It's a situation where Winnegar's party members alienate Winnegar from all of their friends, and then they're home alone.
Then he has to go
forever.
home alone.
Yeah, they have to go home. He has to go home alone. That's what that
I'm
is.
imagining Winnegar having a flashback to his own preteen, like 13th birthday party where he ordered like 50 pizzas.
Keep the
Everyone
change.
gets a pizza, Mom. That's how it's gonna work. I'm gonna have so many friends after this. Well, if they know where we are, okay, we can set a trap for them.
I'm listening.
Oh, that's as far as I got.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got a lot of things on our plates right now.
We're spinning a lot of plates.
Yeah.
Yeah. First things first, let's shoot some cops.
No, stop shooting cops.
Togo would agree
Well,
with
just
you,
to
but-
like get the whatever out of jail. It's easier to break somebody out of jail when they're in transit. Everybody knows that.
Torgor,
You can't secure every single street.
But Torgor, how do we know when Winslow is being transported? How do we know when Winslow's going to be on the move?
And this,
I mean, yeah, you could maybe ask your sister.
well, and this occurs to you, Winnegar, that if you can, it brings us back to the ornithopter, right? If you could use the ornithopter like backwards, if you could use it to insert a mole into the thopter network, you might be able to get access to other thopters and be able to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, so let's use my sister as a backup plan. But if you can do that without them knowing where we are.
There's a joke in there somewhere about using your sister as a backup plan, but
Thank you for not making it.
Yeah,
Like,
I couldn't
gonna
get
be
at
that
it
guy,
fast
but
enough.
she's
I just saw it
definitely,
go by. I was just like, there was a joke there.
Yeah, I want to work on this ornithopter, see if I can hack into it, hack the planet.
Yeah. So it's as I said before, it's very strange. It's alien technology. So I think I'll give you a chance on your own, certainly, to make an Arcana check, but it's going to be with disadvantage because this is not like any is it technology you've ever seen, which is both like exciting and like kind of scary because it's like you don't know what works or what doesn't. You do have that mana battery from it, and that part made sense, but the rest of it, who knows? So tell me about what you are trying to do. Like if you succeed at this roll, what will it get you? We'll talk about the scope of the roll itself.
Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to do is see the signal or the signal that it's putting out and have something actually like pick it up. You know what I mean? Like, so if this thing is putting out a signal, I want to figure out like what would the frequency be that it's like sending out information or receiving information. So that means I would be able to mess with that signal. Because it seems like it's wireless, right?
Yeah. So you want to get an idea of like the transmitting protocols, like how that works. Okay. So it will require, there is a risk here. It'll require that you power it up at least a little. And the hope is you can disable its ability to transmit what it's seeing and hearing before you power it back up.
Okay. You want me to roll Arcana or?
Yes. Now I don't know if anyone else has Arcana trained. I don't think that they do. But if anybody does, they can help. But this is otherwise very, very specific.
Is Winnegar the Angelina Jolie or the Matthew Lillard in this?
Both.
Oh, yeah.
I have something called tireless precision. You are proficient in one of the following skills: Arcana, History, Investigation, Sleight of Hand. Can I use that here?
Yeah, I mean, you should be proficient in it already, right? It should be like, you get that as a Vidalcan, right? You're
Well, it says I can roll a d4 and add that number to my roll check.
Yes, of course, absolutely. This is what the Vidalcan mind is for, right? You get the math floating around you, and there is this focus. And we've learned, like, Winnegar is an unusual Vidalcan, right? Like they're all for the most part a lot more reserved. A lot like quieter and more intense, a lot more like Dovinban and a lot less like you. But this is a moment where you can kind of tap into that inner calm, that like seeking perfection in structures. So you're going to get to roll. And you're doing it with disadvantage, but you can have a,
cool.
You can have a D4 as well. Okay. So you got an 8.
D4.
Okay, so you have an 11, which is above average. It's above a 10, so that's good. I think that I'll give you a choice then. So you have two choices. You can power it up long enough to get like 1 insight, and then you have to emergency power it off again before it starts transmitting. Or you can push it a little bit. You can learn a little bit more, but it'll transmit something.
Oh,
right. It's like a burst of information will get out of it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, this is hard. That's a really good right there.
Yeah.
Number 1. Door number 1.
I mean that trick, I stole that straight from Dungeon World, but you can't steal it from yourself, so it's fine.
Yeah, I was about to say you stole it from yourself.
That sweet devil's bargain.
The ultimate crime.
Crimes, yes. Comes full circle. Crimes.
I guess I'll do the insight. So I won't leave it on that long.
Okay, so you play it safe. You power it off before. Okay, so this thing in action is like miraculous. Like it when you give it power again, you watch like cells of a living thing. You watch its circuits like mend themselves. And you are able to direct some of the energy by way of like, clipping certain like lines and adjusting it. You direct the energy to learn how it works and keep it from repairing its transmission system. But you can only do it for so long before you have to like pull the battery out again. And it occurs to you that while this thing is obviously technological, it's clearly made out of like crystal and metal and wire. It has a system that a Simic scientist or a Selesnian druid might find interesting and find parallels in as well. There is something organic about this thing, and you've never seen anything like it. So it powers up enough for you to learn a little bit. What is like something that you want to know? What is the foremost question about this thing in Winnegar's mind?
How to communicate with it, I guess. So it would be to both get information from it and send information through it. I guess the language, like what programming language does it have? What language does it speak?
Like, so an insight into its basic like functions.
Yeah, it's basic. Yeah, language. I don't know. Not so much like its insight. I think that would be a little too much. Like it's like what its purpose and greater meaning is. But like, let's see if I can start communicating with it. I think that would be a good entry level. Like what language?
Okay, so I can tell you this. So what you see as a singular like entity or a singular organism, right? This one singular thopter. It's really a lot more like a blood cell or like a neuron in a network of larger things. This thing has no capacity on its own, no living like intent or will, but it belongs to a much larger hive mind controlled from a central location of these thopters. They're all part of one thing, which means that they're not just serving the Azuria Senate as an organization, but these things personally belong to Dovin Ban. Right, that they all report individually back to him. He is the mind at the center of this network of neurons, and I think that's the revelation you have when you come away. You're like, wait a second, this isn't one thing. You get that kind of like, oh, this is way bigger than we thought.
Whoa. Okay,
Yeah.
so I relay that all to the group. Yeah, guys, it's freaking mind blowing, right?
I mean, Torgor
Um,
finds all of this mind blowing, but yeah, I guess.
Rook took a sleep.
Torgor's got one of those like cup and ball things. He's like, yeah, but have you seen this thing? Bloop. Check this mind fucking blowing your mind right now. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Cup and ball.
Cup and ball, man.
Walnut.
It's pretty insane, right?
Yes. Is that the answer you want to hear?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
It is insane, but Torgor still feels like it's outside of our knowledge. We should take this to the guild, to your guild.
I mean,
They could-
yeah, what were you going to say?
Do you trust your guild enough not to just rip it out of your hands?
Oh, no, they definitely will. And they're definitely going to want to see it before they turn it over. Will they care? I don't know. But
Do
this
you have-
technology doesn't exist. Like, this thing is a part, it's several things at once.
So it's like it's living.
Well,
Is it-
it itself is just a piece of several things that maybe make up one thing.
Okay.
Does Tack
Is it-
have any like insect metaphors that they can?
Yeah, definitely. Right. I think that, I mean, you understand and work with those things. Like a lot of the Devkaran like have insect networks that will like do their bidding and function as extensions of their will. So yeah, this is a concept that I think makes sense to Tack. It's just like you
It's like a hive mind.
yeah, it might never have occurred to you that a constructed creature could do that, but these things walk a very thin line between being built and being born, right? So yeah, I think it makes sense to you, Tack, for sure.
Yeah, Tack understands.
Do you
That is
guys?
completely-
So I can turn it back on and we can, risk it. But I think if I mess up, well, I'll say I think we're all in this together. If we mess up, like Dovin Ban is coming.
What?
Oh yeah, I explained all of this.
Wait a second. So this is a hive mind, right?
Yeah.
So whenever if there's like a hive mind, won't they know that it's turned off?
Oh yeah, they know that it's turned off right now, probably, but they don't know where it is.
Okay. Let's turn it on.
Okay,
No.
we're gonna try it again.
No,
Wow, that worked. Okay.
no.
Tack
No.
sees no downside.
Torgor, what's your angle on it?
Torgor, as much as Torgor wants,
Get a little closer to the mic.
as much as Torgor wants to just turn it on, he remembers the last time when he was helping Winnegar and like it nearly blew up. So he's like recounting like there might be other countermeasures in place to defend against it. Also, if this is unlike any technology Winnegar has ever seen, and it is essentially a part of Dovin Ban. Dovin Ban has access to magics, the likes of which we have never seen.
Mhm.
And Torgor, look, Torgor is all ready for the unknown and exploring and getting there, but ultimately, I just don't think this is a good idea. I like sincerely, like I don't think we're ready to fight Dovin Ban.
That's
I just
true.
don't want to have that big of an enemy right now. You know?
Okay. Well, we'll just
already
put a pin in it, and we'll come back to it. Maybe we need to lure him somewhere and we'll turn it back on later.
Yeah. Or we could smash it with a rock.
Or, well, we'll put a pin in that one a little bit lower than the first pin. I'm not here to judge. There's no judging in brainstorming. But let's go get this Wenzel out of jail, guys. And Winnegar pulls out that is it bomb that he got from like
Hell yeah.
He like puts it on the table.
Torgor is like, Torgor is all for this. Let Torgor reach out to Rakdos so we can have some assistance in this measure.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
let's do it.
I'll ask my sister to come.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk
Can
a
I
little
keep
bit.
this thing?
Which saying there's
He
so
puts
many-
it back in his bag.
So let's talk about the plan here then. We can do a little bit of planning and then we can do Operation Jailbreak probably next time. So what is the order of operations here? You need to find out where Wenzel is. How are you gonna do that?
I'm gonna have a good conversation with my sister.
So Road is gonna go and ask her sister to help out to find Wenzel. Okay. All right. Once you find out where he is, what's next? You have to break him out. How are you gonna do that?
I'm gonna reach out to Rakdos and convince them to do a little bit of street chaos.
Right, to cause a distraction.
To cause a distraction and
Sure.
aid in the combat if it like comes to it. Like that's what the main thing the Azorius are gonna have to deal with while we, in whatever capacity, try to nab
Right.
win.
So you're gonna go to the Rakdos and be like, "Hey, I have an idea. How about we go to Precinct 1 and we like burn down a police station and murder a bunch of people for fun?" And they'll be like,
For fun.
"Hell yeah, my dude!" Drink a 2-liter of Faygo and light himself on fire.
We are the
Well,
ICP of Ravnica.
Like,
Told you to stop reading my live journal.
right? They'll be like, "Fuck yeah, bro! I bought these new nunchucks. I'm in. Let's do it."
Winnegar has something called urban infrastructure.
Okay.
So the popular conception of the Is It League is based on mad inventions, dangerous experiments, and explosive blasts. Much of that perception is accurate, but the League is also involved with mundane tasks of construction and architecture,
It's true.
primarily
Oh,
in
yeah.
crafting the infrastructure that allows Ravnicans to enjoy running water, levitating platforms, and other magical and technological wonders. You have a basic knowledge of the structure of buildings, including the stuff behind the walls. You also have find blueprints of specific buildings in order to learn the details of the construction.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
So you could, we'll have a task for everybody, and then I'll figure out roles for each thing, and then we'll just like Blades in the Dark this shit. So Torgor, you are going to get a Rakdos distraction,
Mhm.
and if that distraction involves some Azorius getting chopped up with swords, then so be it. I'm gonna put quotes around distraction.
Hopefully so.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then Road intelligence gathering via your sister. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. And then Winnegar. How do you want to use those abilities? You want to get the blueprints for the location once you have it from Road? Okay.
Yeah.
And then what are you going to do with those blueprints? Get them and then...
Try to find weak points of entry and exit, or if there's anything like specific to like that I can sabotage, that would be good too.
Right. Yeah. Like where to blow a hole in the wall and like where the weaknesses are. And if there are like forgotten tunnels nearby, or if there's like a bricked off like substation. Okay, so learn about the building and find a weakness, find a way to get in. Okay, so while they're doing that, Tack, what is your contribution to planning Operation Heist Wenzel?
Operation Nerd Heist.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in charge of the getaway with Undercity Paths.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
So
The part I forgot about.
we break into his cell, get him out, take the tunnels, hide him in the Golgari.
That's so cool.
It really, I can't believe that we like.
Wow, look at you! Look at all of you being
Planned
so
a heist.
effective,
This is-
and like all of you, like
scared.
honestly, like this ties perfectly in, and we can actually let's just go because we'll do this actual stuff. We'll enact the plan next time, but we can go right into XP because all 4 of you get 1 for each of those things, because that's exactly how the XP thing works, right? Like Torgor is going to bring the guild in, which could be a complicating factor, but you get an experience point for that. Road, you're bringing in your character's background, right? Your sister. So there's a point of experience there. Winnegar, same thing. Your guild, you're leveraging your guild's knowledge and ability at a risk to yourself. And then same thing with Tack. Like this is great. This is the most effective. That 5 minutes is the most effective you have ever been as a group.
Never again. Jace is dead.
Yeah, how many experience points do we get for the flower conversation?
Yeah.
That was
well. So there is other XP. So everybody gets a base of 1 just for like finding really great angles in on the plan.
The plan.
On the plan, yeah. And then I have some notes here. So Winnegar, your alignment, like the way. Let me look at your character sheet for a second. I want to just check something, because I think not making a bigger deal out of the thing with your friend was actually like worth experience for you. I'm just checking something. Yeah, neutral good. Yeah, right. Yeah. So had you like the thing was here is that you chose to do the thing which was like the best good for everyone in the group, which was just to let Torgor alienate your buddy, because if you'd made a big deal, then it would have that there's a danger of risk there. Yeah, I made a note of that was an alignment thing. I was right. I thought you were a neutral good. So yeah, mark experience for that. It did complicate your life. It definitely did.
Yeah.
And then all of your research with the actual ornithopter, that gets you another 1 for your guild. So 3 for Winnegar today. Spooky Mulder in chat just made a really great point that I will temporarily derail for. So Mulder says, how are you supposed to beat Jace when all he has to do is promise to be Winnegar's friend forever, and he turns on the group? That's right. The way to defeat Jace is to befriend him, but only Winnegar. So Tack, obviously your alignment complicated your character's life multiple times. I gave you two for this one. So once when you rushed Torgor, and then the other time when you drove Winnegar's only friend away, which is
not when I stole from my extremely successful date.
The thing is, I think that made the date better, not worse.
Yeah,
like I think that definitely didn't complicate things.
Yeah, cool.
Which is good. That's good in its own way. So that's three experience for Tack as well.
Nice, thank you.
And then Torgor, we saw your Rakdos willingness to act before thinking when you attacked the shadowy entity that came out came out of the shadows. So there's an XP for that.
I think it's just 2 this time.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And then same thing for Road. I think there's 2 for you there. 1 for the planning. And then the other one for learning about the conspiracy, right? Is like finding that there's somebody who's also interested in and you're still not sure. Like she told you, and we don't know about this woman. We don't know what her actual, like, is she Demir? Is she just like a skeezy Azorius? Why does she want Wenzel? And maybe you can find out from him. Yeah. Skeezy Azorius sounds like the name of a band in Ravnica.
Oh yeah, it is.
Gross.
From Montreal. Yeah,
they're a ska band, I think. Yeah. Cool. All right, so that'll do it. We'll start the next episode with the enacting of the heist, and we'll go see if we can bust Wenzel out and get him to the Rose.
Dope.
Cool.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll let everybody do their customary shout outs. Why don't we start with Torgor up in the corner there?
Sure. Hey, it's Torgor, aka Masood. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Marudeboy, MAHRUDEBOI. See what I'm up to, and mainly see pictures of my cat. That's about.
They're good.
They're I take some good ones. Yeah, if you're in Chicago, I have a bunch of comedy shows and things that are around the bend that I'll keep you in the loop about. And if you're not, then just keep up to date about what's going on in my life. I like to tell you about it.
It's good. That's nice. It's good, wholesome content. I like it. Down below Torgor, playing Tack. It's TK.
It's TK. Sorry, I'm leveling up my rogue right now. I write those spooky stories on the internet, and if you like spooky stories, then you can read them at tkjwrites.com, or you can follow me on Twitter, TK Joins the Fray. I will be updating my website very soon to add new spooky stories. They're not new as in freshly written. They're just new as in I haven't put them on my website before, and I'm lazy. Yay, I did it.
Overcoming one's own laziness is very challenging.
It only took a year.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, that's it. I have a schedule in my pinned tweet that I will make my pinned tweet soon. I lost it. Can't be trusted. Buy my book. Goodbye.
Perfect. Good. Thank you. Carlos, where do you go next?
Yeah. Hey, my name is Carlos Luna. You can find me on all social media under Carlos Crits. You can also find me on Sundays starting in, I think, June 9th. Rivals of Waterdeep that also streams on this channel. You can also find me on the Dungeon Rats every other Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And you can see me in a video if you go to Roll20 app on YouTube. I'm also I just posted it right now, and I will drop a link in the chat of a new video that literally I just clicked the button right now.
Nice. Hot new content. Get it.
Yeah. Coming at ya.
Cool,
Fresh off the vine.
Cool. Last but not least, Plane Road. Katie, do the thing.
Yes, okay. You can find me at Twitter at OKKatieMay. If you are interested in seeing me DM a game of all women, they are a inspiring meats and more butcher shop employees who go on a grand adventure. You can catch Dungeons, Dice, and Everything Nice. We're about to pick up off our spring break, but those are the two places where I'm at right now when I'm not doing this and panicking for a week because my character was told to look behind.
You're safe. You're safe for this week, for now at least. Cool.
God.
Excellent. Well, thanks for coming, everybody. Thanks for watching. As always, you can find more of me doing my DM thing right here on twitch.tv/DND every Monday. We do a show called Roll20 Presents. Right now, we're working our way through Mad Mage, but we're going to be taking a break from Mad Mage, but not from making content. And the players of that game are going to be visiting Saltmarsh, which is part of Ghosts of Saltmarsh, which is a new D&D adventure. And I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of that on my channel, I believe on Thursday. I think tomorrow we're doing it. You can find that at twitch.tv/AdamKoebel, and you can find everything else I do on Twitter at SkinnyGhost. We today have been using Roll20, which is a virtual tabletop that lets you do all of the role-playing game stuff and includes a ton of really good 5th edition D&D content. So if you haven't already checked it out, roll20.net, go have a look. It's cool. I've been using it for years. I'm allowed to say it's cool now. We will see you next time for more Jace Beleren Must Die. Thanks for coming, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.